What we're seeing out there in the capacity building area is that nonprofits need to enhance their mission in order to achieve their mission, really. And technology often is lagging behind that. Uh, a lot of times we see that it's necessary to expand the service that you're providing. There's a need to strengthen the infrastructure. All of this relates to how we are able to fulfill our mission and to secure an ability of having long-term sustainability with what we're doing in our service area. What we're seeing out there also is some changes that have happened in the nonprofit area that's come out of some of the experiences that we all had during the pandemic, but there's some lagging indicators here that seem to be apparent. First, we're seeing a case of where it's been reported that nonprofits fundraising has really gone down, while the value of recurring donors has gone up. Sort of an interesting dichotomy there in terms of the changes. But yet, a lot of nonprofit professionals are reporting that they're concerned about finding new donors. A second factor that we think that's happening that promotes the need to leverage technology is that the staff crisis. It's getting very hard to hire and keep good people in your organization. It's tough to find individuals who can work maybe in supporting roles in your organizations when they're actually competing with maybe a higher wage that McDonald's down the street may be offering. The donation and the commitment to a nonprofit will take people so far, but also at the same time, they have to support their own families and work in that area. Some affiliate layoffs seem to be happening. These inflationary pressures are putting that all upon us. This very much modes for us to start thinking about how can we leverage technology to help maybe fill this gap and to do more with it and do more with the resources that we have. The need out here then is that there's a challenge. We may be seeing some changes in the expanses of our own service area. We're asked to go reach out to more people have a need. We may be seeing others in our areas who are cutting their services, and we have to pick up the gap that's happening. And there's new programs and initiatives that we may want to be starting that require more resources. So we're reaching out for more support in those areas. Technology may be aging out. We may have technology, that's been, we have Exchange in-house still, or we have old servers sitting around in the closet that no longer are going to keep sustaining what we need to do. And there's a push to move all this technology into the cloud to help us be more sustainable, with that efforts. All these are the type of pressures that's driving, what's the need in this area.
Bob, and this is where I'll add.
Right ahead. Yeah.
I think everybody on the call, right? It's never a lack of ideas on your part as a nonprofit organization, right? I mean, we know what we want to do. We know we can do more, but we have all of these challenges and issues around us. And so how do we figure out exactly, where's that opportunity to really grow? To build up that capacity to meet the ever-growing need, because as we see, on the nonprofit side, our budgets go up. On the expense side, right? The funders, of which I'm kind of representing at this point, oftentimes keep those amounts level. And meanwhile, you might see some decreases in certain areas. Corporate giving might be a challenge or going down. The opportunity lies in individual giving, as I always will say, but it's hard to just maintain this steady platform when you have ideas that are going to take you to this next level. How do you incrementally figure out what that area is? And it really starts with, I think, what Bob's going to talk about here, is addressing where you're currently at. And in particular, I think, with this webinar, we're looking at what is that opportunity to make efficiencies in your work. How do you maximize the time? Because again, it's never a lack of ideas, it's a lack of the resources. And those resources, money and time, The money is a hard thing to do, but can you maximize the time to be able to increase that resource to allow you to take that next step?